Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep Gupta and you're watching Electric Vehicles. Well, we are in the end of June and July and August is when TVS will start shipping its iQube models to customers who have pre-booked the vehicles. Now, before you go ahead and take a test drive and decide to bring the iQube home, we thought that there are three important things you need to know about the iQube before you take the decision. We will be making three separate videos on these three topics. We don't want to club all these three topics in one video, otherwise the video will become too long and we'll not be able to focus or put our attention into these three topics separately. All of them are very important. Now the first topic will be, you need to know that the iQube has a feature which makes it really worth the money. Why the iQube is more important than you think it is. That will be the discussion number one. Discussion number two, video number two will be, well, you go ahead and you want to buy an iQube. Now, which model out of the three models that TVS provides is better suited according to your requirements? Which TVS iQube version you should get will be the topic of the next video. The third topic is the topic of this video, which is how is TVS able to price the iQube models lower than what the competition is able to do. That is the topic of this video. Now there are two reasons why TVS is able to price the iQube lower than the competitors. One reason is in plain sight, the other is slightly hidden. Now the first reason, which is of course in plain sight, is that TVS is not bundling the charger along with the vehicle. When you look at the competition, the ex-showroom price of the vehicle includes the charger, but in case of iQube, you have to buy the charger separately, which adds another 9 to 10,000 rupees to the ex-showroom price. And the second reason why TVS is able to price the scooter lower is probably because they're saving somewhere in the components. There are three ways they can save in the components. Number one is of course the battery pack. You know that in an electric two-wheeler, 40% of its price is because of the battery pack. The moment you use a smaller battery pack, you can keep the prices of your vehicle lower. If you use a large battery pack, your prices shoot up. Again, you'll have to make a conscious decision between price and range, because again, lower battery pack, lower range, nobody wants to buy. Anyway, now it doesn't matter whether you are a Hero Electric or an Ola Electric. If you're using a 2 kWh battery pack, you will be charged the same amount, because the battery pack, the cells are priced according to the current market scenario. No one produces it in their workshop and therefore they have no control over the prices of the lithium cells, which are governed by the market forces. So now of course you can argue that since Ola is a larger company and they have a large production scale, so if they import in a bulk, then they will be able to save some money there. Yes, but by and large, if you have a bigger battery pack, which means if your vehicle is giving a longer range, then the price will be high. Keep in mind that TVS is not using a small battery pack. TVS is using a very big battery pack. For example, the base model has a battery pack of size enough to give you 100 kilometers of real life range. Think about the competition, 100 kilometers of real life range, and still the price is lower than what the competition offers. So what we know is that TVS is not saving money in battery pack. They are giving a large enough battery pack, so there is no scope of saving money there. Let's move on to the second point, which is the build quality. For a very long time, electric vehicle manufacturers have been making their vehicles at a subpar quality, which helps them keep the vehicle prices low. TVS, you'll be happy to know, is not doing that. If you speak to users of the current iQube model, they will tell you that the iQube comes with a very good build quality, which is at par with the petrol counterparts. So TVS is not saving on battery, TVS is not saving on build quality. Both of these are really good coming from the iQube models. How is the third way they can save money? Is by using a hub motor. Now, a hub motor, there are two types of motor. One is a mid-drive motor, the other is a hub motor. Now the mid-drive motor, it is located between the two wheels, front wheel, rear wheel, and it is connected to the rear wheel using a transfer mechanism, which could be a chain drive, which could be a chain or a which could be a chain or a belt. That is why chain drive motor, belt drive motor. Now, a hub motor on the other hand skips all this transmission process because it is mounted directly on the rear wheel. The moment it skips all this transmission, it saves money there. Second thing, a hub motor uses a very simple way of controlling. The controller required for a hub motor is fairly simple, and therefore they are able to save money in the controller mechanism as well. Now you will be thinking, okay, if the hub motor brings down the prices of a vehicle, why are more manufacturers not going for the hub motor. There are many reasons why performance scooters or motorcycles skip the hub motor, and we'll make a dedicated video for that later, difference between a hub motor and a mid-drive motor. But in this video, just know that there are a few things which are a hurdle for the hub motor. One of them is, if the rear wheel, the frame of the rear wheel bends because you've been driving it over bad roads or because it hit a bump faster than you would like it to, the moment the wheel frame bends, the motor which is mounted on the wheel is at risk. That is one reason why manufacturers do not like to use, at least for performance vehicles, they don't want to use hub motors. The second reason is, of course, if the rear wheel gets a puncture, and if you go to a local mechanic to fix your puncture, they will be scared the moment they see a hub motor mechanism. If any of our customers have used a hub motor and they had to fix a puncture in the rear wheel, please let us know your experience in the comment section. And other than that, there is of course the other reason that having a hub motor increases the weight of the rear wheel by many factors, because of course it's carrying the weight of the motor, right? And that weight is being carried by the shock absorbers. If you have researched between a steel wheel and an alloy wheel, then you know that a big disadvantage of a steel wheel is that it is heavier than an alloy wheel, which adds the unsprung weight, that is the tension, on the shock absorber. For a wheel mounted motor, a hub motor, this is a very bad situation to be in. And besides this, there are many other reasons why manufacturers tend to prefer a mid-drive motor for their performance vehicles. We'll talk about it in a later video, but in this video, this is what we wanted to tell you about how TVS is able to price their iQube lower than the market competition. There are 2 more videos coming up, as we said, so do subscribe to this channel if you want to know about them. And in the comment section, if you have any doubts, if you have any questions about TVS iQube, then please let us know. We will research on that topic and we'll make a video out of that. We'll meet again. Go green, go electric.